Hey everybody, it's Redstreak Roundup time, and we got a couple things to talk about. As you can see, it magically doubled. We had one trophy here last time, now we have two. The Quiz Bowl team on the high school side played a tremendous game against Waverly. It came down to the very end, but the high school Quiz Bowl team came away with the victory. So now we have the high school champs and the junior high champs. We're very proud of them. They put a lot of work into it, and it's a great way to represent the Red Streaks. Now let's stay on the Quiz Bowl topic. We have, I think last Tuesday or Wednesday, Dakota's was kind enough to let our Quiz Bowl team use their proceeds or their profits to help us fund a trip to Atlanta. An example, on Tuesday and Wednesday, if you took what we call a golden ticket, I know it's a little bit brown, but we call it a golden ticket. If you brought a golden ticket to Dakota's, then 15% of the meal that you bought went right to the Quiz Bowl. And the Quiz Bowl kids didn't have to do anything, but they were all there. They had a Quiz Bowl team or a game that night. I think that was against Waverly, and they came home with the championship, as we say again. But thank you to Dakota's, and we really appreciate that. Now, if you look at the total number of I guess, money that we got from Dakota's and all the other folks that gave donations, and again, I want to thank everybody that went out to Dakota's. We were there on Tuesday night. We saw several people, but we got $632, and that's $632 that's going to go towards a trip to Atlanta. And again, a lot of these kids don't get a chance to get outside of Ohio in all our different groups, whether it be Quiz Bowl or different clubs we have. So anytime we can send our kids outside of Ohio to experience a different culture in Atlanta, a big city, it's going to be really good for everybody, and we're really looking forward to it. Now let's kind of switch gears a little bit. Finally, this week we got back into some kind of routine. We finally finished the first round of park tests, the first round of air tests. And so we actually got the OGT in, which is the last OGT ever. And so we got back to a little bit of continuity this week, and that means we got to go back in the classroom. So one of the great things that I love to do is get in the classrooms, watching our teachers do what they do best. And our kids were back focused, they were ready to go. And I want to talk about one guy I watched. His name was Mr. Brett Carino, and he was talking about the Federal Reserve. And when I got in there, they were talking about 30-year mortgages, they were talking about 30 versus 15-year mortgages, they were talking about mortgage rates, they were talking about interest rates, they were talking about affordability for housing, affordability for cars, your bills, and everything else as compared to whatever your income might be. And so they went on to say, Mr. Carino went on to talk about different things, great discussion, great Q&A going on. Also, he talked about the value of a college education. And you need to be making this amount of money if you're going to pay this much for a house. And so the kids really were into it. And more than a few folks, and I think I saw a couple on Facebook, put on Facebook that the conversations they had because of Mr. Carino's lesson about real-world application stuff like that. So great job, Mr. Carino. Just one of many teachers that we see every week that do tremendous things. Now, last thing I want to talk about is I saw something on Twitter the other day, and it was wear red for public ed. So wear red for public education. And it really brought back that we don't talk enough about why we actually do these little video blogs. One, we want to brag about our kids. We want to talk about everything that they're accomplishing. Two, we want to make sure that people understand that schools are so much more than just maybe a letter grade or maybe a certain percentage on a report card or something. It's all about the kids learning and the kids growing and the kids achieving. And so, part of that's the adversity that you might have to put a kid through to make sure that they're ready for the next step, whether it be a career or whether it be college. So we're red for public ed today, and I've got my red on, so I thought that was appropriate. And as always, it's a great day to be a Piketon Red Streak. Thank you.